Good morning, students. Today we'll solve one numerical on aggregate planning. So here, if you can see that the problem statement, the supply, demand, cost and inventory data for a company which has a constant workforce given for 4 months in the following table. The company wishes to meet all the demand without permitting back ordering, right? Allocating the production capacity to satisfy demand so as to minimize total costs. Also find the minimum basic cost for meeting the demand using at least cost method of the transportation model. So here we should have to find out the minimize the total cost to meet that customer demand, and also we should have to find out the minimum basic cost for meeting the demand using, they told that, least cost method. Least cost method is one of the method we are going to be using in the operation research method. Below table will show the supply capacity of that particular company. So here supply capacity means the 4 quarters they have given, or 4 months they have given, that is January, February, March, April. So here from regular time and overtime and subcontract, right? So by this regular time, overtime, subcontracting time, how much capacity that can be produced by the company. So from regular time, January 60, February 50, March 60, April 65, and overtime 20, 15, 20, 30, and subcontracting all are having 1000. So these are the given data which can be supplied to meet that customer demand. So in the next table you can see that what are the demand for that particular 4 months. So in January demand is 100, February is 50, March is 70, April is 80. So here to meet this demand we should have to use the above tabular column that shows the supply, how much quantity we can supply for that particular month to meet the demand in that particular month, right? So by seeing this supply capacity as well as the demand capacity, some data they have given. So here if you see that initial inventory available, that is 20 units. So before starting of the first month, already we are going to be having a 20 units in our hand. So that is nothing but initial inventory available. Next, final inventory needed. So at the end of the 4th month, that is April, so there we need extra 25 units. This 25 unit has to be added to this 80 unit while solving the numerical. And regular time cost per unit. So if the company is going to be producing with regular time, so cost of that particular unit will be 100 rupees. If you are going to be using a overtime, so the cost per unit will be 125 rupees. If you are buying from subcontracting, cost per unit will be 150 rupees. Carrying cost per unit per period is rupees 5. Carrying cost per unit per period means if that product is not sold in the regular time, if has to be moved, or this product has not sold in the January period, right, that has to be carried to the February period, right? So if that product is going from January to February for selling, then the cost will be increased with 5 rupees. And last one is cost of unused regular time. Cost of unused regular time labor per unit. So here in the regular time we are going to producing the product, that time the labor are not going to be used because the demand is already meted. So that if they are going to be kept idle, for that also per unit they should have to pay 50 rupees per unit. So these are the given data, right? So by using these data, we should have to meet the demand of the January, February, March, April month by using supply capacity as well as here the initial inventory, final inventory, RT, OT, SC. So by using these data, we should have to meet the demand. So now we'll solve this problem by least cost method, right? Now we should have to draw the matrix of cost elements by using the given data, right? So we'll start to draw that matrix over here. First we should have to write it as a supply of units, right, from. After that we should have to write what are the demands for the demand for month. So how many months are there? So here 4 months are there: January, February, March as well as April. So in that one they told that you should have to add a final inventory. So final inventory, right? So last column is here, that will be our supply capacity, and here how many maximum availability will be there, availability, right? So like this you should have to first draw the table over here, right? Okay, now here in this first row you should have to add a initial inventory, right? Initial inventory. Next you should have to write the January month, right? For this January you are having regular time, overtime, subcontracting time, right? Next for the month February, for regular time, overtime, SC. Again there is March period also, regular time, overtime, subcontracting, right? So next last one is of April, right? There also regular time, overtime, subcontracting time. There are 3 types of production are there, right? Next last column is of demand. So how much demand for every month. So like this you should have to prepare a table, right? So here, so how many months are there? 4 months: February, January, February, March. Okay, so then here again you should have to draw 3 lines for that particular OT, RT and subcontracting. Right. So now after drawing this table, right, you should have to write the demand for that particular month. So what is the demand here? For January there will be 100, right? Then for February 50, March 70, April there is a 80 plus 25, because in the problem statement they told that you should have a final inventory which is added to the end of the month, right? Now we will write the what are the maximum availability they have given, right? So initial inventory, how much initial inventory they have given? 20, right? So from the regular time in January month 60, right? they have given. Next 20. From the subcontracting 1000 they have given. From the regular time in February 50, 15,000. In March 60, 20,000. In April 65, 30, right, and 1000. So like this they have given the supply capacity as well as the demand, which are given in the problem statement. Now we should have to add the other given data. So here initial inventory they have given, right, 20 will be there, right. So by using this 20, if they are not meted it in the January month, right, so that has to be transferred to February, then March, then April, right. So like that, if these 20 availability quantities are sold in this first week or first month, so that time initial inventory will be 0. Next it should be carry forward to the next month. Per unit cost will be 5. So next 10. So 5 rupees you should have to add it for each unit. So here it will become 15. So initial inventory 0. If that carry forward to the next month 5. Next month 10. Next fourth month will be 15. Like that the 5 rupees are going to be increasing per week or per month. Next, so in January, from the regular time they are going to be producing the quantities. So that supply is 60 units they are going to be given. So here per unit cost will be they have given, right, per unit cost. From this regular time in January they are going to be having 100 rupees per unit, right. If that product has not sold, then carry forward to the next week, you should have to add 5 rupees to this 100, so it will become 105. Next, it has not sold in the February, you are carry forwarding to the March, then it has to be 110, because 105 plus 5, 110, 110 plus 5, 150. So consider overtime cost. So by this overtime, the per unit cost will be 125. So 125 plus 5, 130. 130 plus 5, 135. 135 plus 40, 140. Because if that quantity has not sold in that particular month, so that has to be carry forward to the next month. So carry forwarding cost they have given that extra 5 rupees per unit. So we are adding 5 rupees whenever it transferring to the next month. So from subcontracting they have given that 150. So here 155. 155 plus 5, 60. 165. So this is clear. In January month, from the regular time they have given that the cost per unit will be 100. If we carry forward to the next week, next month, it has to be 105, 110, 115. So like that for RT, OT, SC you should have to write it in the matrix. Same procedure you should have to follow for the other 3 months. In the February, you are having regular time cost will be 100, 105, 110, right? If I not sold in the February, that has to be carried forward to the March, 105, 110. Again here 125, right? 130 in the March, 135 in the April. Here 150 will be the subcontracting, 155. Next will be 160. This is for the month February. Next March. So in March, right, here 100 will be there, 105. Next 125, 130. Here in subcontracting 150, 155 rupees in the April month. Next fourth month you are having 100, 125 and 150, right? So this will become total 80 plus 25, 105 quantities are needed, right? So like this you should have to prepare the tabular column. After seeing that problem statement and by using given data, we have prepared the table over here, right? So next we should have to solve this table by least cost method. So before solving that, we should have to go through some conditions, right? If that condition satisfied, then directly we can solve this problem, right? If that condition not satisfied, first we should have to do some arrangements. So after that arrangement we can solve the problem, because by doing that arrangement, that matrix has to be satisfying the conditions. So what are those conditions, right? So first one is here, supply has equal to demand. First you should have to check by adding this supply what will be the number you are going to be getting over here, means 4340, right? But here by adding this demand, you will have 325. So before solving this problem, you should have to check that whether supply is equal to demand or not. If supply is not equal to demand, then we cannot solve the problem. So for that reason, you should have to make this supply and demand equal. So what are the conditions? So there are two conditions are there. First one is here, supply is greater than demand, right? Supply is greater than demand. Then add a dummy column, right? Second one condition, if some problem demand is greater than supply, then add a dummy row. So for this dummy column and dummy row, the cost will be 0. Keep it in mind that if you are adding a dummy column or a dummy row with respect to the conditions, so the cost of that particular column or that particular row will be 0, right? So in this case, if you see this row here, supply is having 4340, right? So demand is 325. So that here this satisfies condition 1. Therefore add a dummy column with 0 cost, right? This is clear. If supply is greater than demand, add a dummy column, right? If demand is greater than supply, then add a dummy row. For our problem here, you can say that this will be the supply, right? This will be the demand for this particular problem. So supply is greater than demand to, right? For this satisfies condition 1. So we should have to add a dummy column, right? So again you should have to rewrite this table. And here after this 4th month you should have to add a dummy column, right? Here you should have to add a dummy column, right? So So once again I will rewrite that matrix and will solve the problem. So we'll start here, as already in the previous problem whatever we have written, supply of units, right, and demand for months, right. So here you write that table first, and here how many months are there? So January, February, March will be there, and April plus final inventory, right. So then here you should have to add a dummy column, right. Then finally there is a supply or else maximum availability. So here by making this one you should have to write that initial inventory first row, right. So here like this you should have to draw that one, and here so first what we have written here, January. So in this January there are 3 rows are there here, February, March, April, and you are having a final demand, right. January, February, March, April, and here you are having a demand, right. So in each and every month we are having RT, OT, SC, RT, OT, SC, RT, OT, SC, RT, OT, SC, right. So now right, so here right. So whatever we have drawn previous tabular column, same tabular column we have written, but only change is the dummy column we have added because to meet that conditions, right. Initial inventory is 0, 5, 10, 15, right. Here 20, so maximum availability is 20. So here 60, 20,000, 50, 15,000, 60, 20,000. So these all values have given in the problem statement. So from that directly we are adding over here. So by adding this one 4340 it will come. So here 100 demand will be there, 50, 70, 80 plus 25. So this will become 105, and if you are minusing this 4340 minus 325 it will become 4015. Now it will become the 4340. Okay, so now previous one 100, 125, 150. So here 100, 125, 150. So here 100, 125, 150, 100, 125, 150, right. So here we should have to add the carrying cost per period, 105, 110, right? 115. So here 125, 130, 135, 140, 155, 160, 165, 100, 105, 110, 130, 135. So 155, 160, 100, 105, 130, 155, right? So previous what we have drawn, the same tabular column we have drawn, and as already we have told that the dummy column is going to be having a cost of 0, right? But in this case, in the problem statement they have given that, right? So there if you see that one, right, here cost unused regular time labor per unit. So here cost of unused regular time labor per unit, that will be a 50. So here if that labor is not used to produce that product, okay, means that if he kept idle also, they should have to give or provide 50 rupees per unit. So that has to be included in this dummy column if they have given the unused cost. So here dummy, why we are adding? To make the equal. So here unused means there is no need of the workers. So wherever the RT cost we have written, so in that case you should write the 50, right? 50 in 4 months also there is no use of that regular time cost labor, so the remaining are 0. So keep it in mind that if they are going to be mentioning in the problem statement unused RT or unused OT or unused SC, so in that time or in that case particular RT, OT, SC, so you should have to put that values. Otherwise instead of this 50 you put it as a 0, right? There is no problem. Now this is clear how to prepare the table, right? Still we have not solved the problem. We have prepared the matrix, right? So this matrix can be solved by the least cost method. So as already we know that the supply capacity is there with us and demands are with us, right? So here remaining you keep it as a blank. There is no need of that products in that particular month because we have gone through the month, right? Here before solving this one, first you should have to see the how much availability of or a supply is with us and what are the demands, right? So here first you consider before starting the January month how many quantities are available with us. So before starting this one, the initial inventory, so 20 units are available. So before using this RT, right, we should have to use this 20. So consider this 20, it will become 0. Here how much demand is there? 100. So 100 we cannot meet, but by this 20 we can meet that 20 units, right? So this 20 has to be allocated in this point, right? Is that clear? Before starting the January month, how much quantities are available with us? 20. So by using that 20 we can meet the January demand. So fully we cannot meet the demand, partially we can meet the demand. So that use this 20 quantity to meet this demand in that first period. 20, right? So here how much remaining? Sorry, 80 units are remaining. Is that clear? 80 units are remaining. Next, this 80 can be meet by this regular time in the January period. So from this regular time how much quantities are available? 60. how much needed? 80. So by using this 60 minus here 80 minus 60, it will become 20, right? So how much we have used here? 60. So in this case you should have to add a 60, right? So now again we cannot meet this demand, so by this regular time, so we have to go to the next, that is overtime. So from the overtime, how much quantities are available? 20. So use that 20, and how much needed? 20. So that 20 you should have to allocate in this point, right? Now the 100 quantities are met by using this availability of the initial inventory from January month, that is regular time as well as overtime, right? The same procedure has to be carried out to the February, March and April month. So in the February month, what is the demand? 50, right? So here by this regular time, how much quantities are available? 50, right? So use this particular 50 quantity, make it as 0. Here it will become 0, right? So in this case you add a 50 quantities you have used. So in the February month, from the regular time production only, we are going to be meeting the demand. Next we'll go to the March, right? So from what is the demand? 70 demand is there. From regular time production, how much quantities they are producing? 60, but we need 70. So use that 60. So how much remaining? 10. So how much you have used? That 60 has to be allocated in the 100. So where that is having regular time cost. The remaining 10 quantity has to be meted with the overtime production. So from that overtime production, how much quantities are there? 20 quantities. So in this 20, we have to use only 10. So how much remaining? Here you write as a 10, you make it as a 0. How much quantity we have utilized? Only 20 quantity. That has to be written in the OT, right? So this remaining quantity, don't worry about that one. If they are required in the next month, we can use those quantities, right? Next we'll go to the April. So in this April, from regular time, how many quantities are they are producing? 65. Needed is 105, right? So here we should have to use this 65 to meet this demand. So minus, you are having a 40 units. So that 65 has to be written in the RT. Point is clear? From regular time production, they are producing 65, but requirement is of 105, right? So here by using that 65, we have meted that 65 in the April month. The remaining 40 that can be met with this overtime as well as SC, right? So remaining is 40. So this 40, now next go to overtime production. From overtime production, how much quantities are there? 30. So needed is 40, right? So here utilize those 30 minus 10, right? Here you allocate that 30 quantity, okay? The remaining is of 10 quantity, right? So this 10 quantity we can allocate to this subcontracting production also. Subcontracting means we are buying from the other sources. So you see that what will be the cost per unit? That will be 150, right? So this will become burden on that customer. So that we should have to see that in previous months, that is March, February or a January, any quantities are remaining in regular time production or a overtime production, right? So if the quantities are remaining in previous months by using that RT and OT. So those products can be utilized to meet the demand of that April product, right? So here if you see in this, so in the March already we have consumed the RT cost, but the remaining is from the OT. So how much quantities are there? 10 quantities are remaining. So these 10 quantities are going to be used to meet that demand. So becomes 0, right? So this 10 is going to be allocating to this particular box, because if you compare the cost of per unit in OT, here is 130, here subcontracting is 150. So by comparing this OT and SC, right, there is a 20 rupees of difference will be there, right? So we should have to use the 130 rupees per cost. If it is not available, then only you can use the subcontracting to solve the problem, right? If here it is also not available, then go to the February. So there it is available or not, that you should have to check it out, right? If it's not there, then you should have to go to January month, right? So they're also not available, then you should have to add it in the subcontracting cost, right? Point is clear? So next step is, in this supply quantity, if any quantities are remaining, so that has to be multiplied with this dummy column. So first row, no. Second, third, no. Here 100 will be there, so write it here. You should have to multiply. Here 15. So if remaining, then only you should have to add. If you have consumed, there is no need to multiply with this dummy row, sorry, or a dummy column. So multiply over here, and here 1000 quantity, right? Now we have solved this problem by using the least cost method. So the question he has asked that you should have to find out the minimum total cost to satisfy demand. So how to find out that minimum total cost, right? So here wherever you have done the allocation, right? So wherever you have done that allocation, you should have to see. So allocation means here 20, 60, 20, 50, right? 60, 10, 10, 65, right? 30, 65, 1000, 1000, 1000, 15,000. So multiply these allocation with that particular cost. So then you will get easily the total minimum cost for that particular problem. So here you see this one first. First one is 0 into 20, right? Second, 100 into 60, 125 into 20. So wherever you have made that allocation, right? So here 100 into 50, right? 125, there is no allocation. So again 100 into 60, 125 into 10, right? So here 130 into 10, next 100 into 65, so 125 into 30, next 0 into 1000, 0 into 15, 0 into 1000, 0 into 1000, 0 into 1000, right? You can ask why you have kept blank this 50, because here whatever the availability are there, all of we have consumed over here. So if that is remaining, then we can add over here to multiply this one, right? So here there is no units are remaining, so we have kept it as it is, right? So these are the allocations we have made. So by adding these, okay, you will get the total minimum cost, minimum cost, right? So here 20 into 0, 0, right? So 100 into 60, it will become 6000, right? 6000 plus 125 into 20, it will become 2500, right? 100 into 50, it will become 5000, right? 100 into 60, it will become 6000. So 125 into 10, it will become 1250, right? 130 into 10, it will become 1300, right? 65 into 10, you will have a 65 into 10, right? You will have 6500. So here 125 into 30, you will have 3750. Here it will become 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0, right? So here by adding this 6000 plus 2500 plus here you should have to add all these things, right? So total answer will be 32,300. So this will be the total cost, right? So this completes the problem. Thank you.